Good morning, everyone. Today, we're starting something very important. But before I explain anything, sit quietly the next 30 seconds.
The synergistic paradigm of organizational communicative frameworks necessitates multidimensional transmission variables within operational hierarchy.
All right, what just happened? Could you understand me clearly? What made it difficult?
You were speaking too fast. We couldn't hear you. The words were too big. It was confusing. You covered your mouth. You turned away.
Excellent observations. Now, here's the big question. What stopped you from understanding just now? What you just experienced is called a communication barrier. A communication barrier is anything that prevents
a message from being clearly sent, received, or understood. In business, when communication fails, operations suffer.
Imagine a manager giving instructions like I just did. What would happen? Yes, confusion, mistakes, delays.
Understanding barriers to communication is not just theory, it is survival in business. This activity creates cognitive dissonance, making the lesson unforgettable.
And by the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify them, explain them, and suggest solutions.
So remember, when communication breaks down, business breaks down. Let's learn how to prevent that. Ready? Let's begin.
Accrual accounting means we recognize revenue when earned.
So even if payments received.
Exactly. It matches revenue to the period.
Ask, did we see language barrier in our starter activity? If you've ever struggled to understand technical jargon, share your experience in the comments.
Hey, new safety procedure. Listen up. What? I can't hear you. The safety procedure. It's a still can't hear. The machines.
Okay, let's review the agenda.
Can you hear me?
You're breaking up. Poor connection here in Accra.
How many of you have experienced network problems before? Perceptual barriers are biases or assumptions that distort how messages are interpreted.
Alex, you've been quiet. Are you with us?
Yes, I've been considering the risks. I think we should adjust the timeline.
Oh, let's hear it.
Have you ever judged someone incorrectly because of assumption?
Cultural barriers are differences in values, norms, and communication styles.
I appreciate the direct feedback.
That feedback was disrespectful.
How might cultural diversity affect businesses in Accra?
It brings fresh ideas and new customers, driving innovation and growth.
5. Emotional barriers. Definition: emotional states such as stress, fear, or anger that interfere with communication. An employee afraid of losing their job refuses to speak up about a mistake. Can you communicate effectively when you are stressed? 6. Organizational barriers. Definition: hierarchical structures and bureaucracy that restrict information flow. Junior staff fear speaking to senior management, so problems go unreported. What happens when problems are not reported on time? 7. Technological barriers. Problems with communication tools or connectivity. Example: email servers crash before an important deadline. Smartphone, laptop, internet. Has technology ever failed you during an important moment? 8. Personal barriers. Definition: individual traits like poor listening skills, ego, or reluctance to communicate. A manager who does not listen actively to team members' ideas. Which personal habits can block good communication? Match the given examples to the correct barrier category. If you're watching online, pause the video and try to match the examples. Essential discussion questions. Which barrier have you experienced personally? How might these barriers affect a school, business, or family? Which barriers are most common in Greater Accra businesses? If you're online, type your answers in the comment section. I read them. Closure. Exit task. 10 minutes. Explain at least 3 barriers to effective business communication. For each barrier, give a brief example of how it might affect a business.
First, collect responses like these. We'll use them for lesson 2 planning. Remember, no grading, it's formative. And we'll identify who needs support. Today, you learned that communication problems do not happen by accident. They are caused by identifiable barriers.
When managers recognize these barriers, they can remove them. When communication improves, productivities, conflict reduces, businesses succeed.